So as far as centralization goes, we're going to start on how to get everything into one place and help you get more efficient on a day-to-day basis. When it comes to tracking and measuring, we are going to emphasize the importance of analytics and how almost every role these days has standardized KPIs. So the end result we want for you is to be able to wow your managers and have the confidence that all the work that you do is being tracked somewhere for you to leverage when you want to. In addition, we like to encourage our audience and our community to realize that workplaces today are starting to truly see the value of the work that you do more than ever. So we're going to explore ways that we've seen our clients move upward or ensure that they are getting compensated for what they deserve. So first, we're going to start with tracking your role. So it's really important to know what do you want to track? Where do you want to go in your career, and setting the intention for moving upward, because that can actually then inform how you centralize and organize your work. So here are 4 easy bullet points that we help our clients apply to their workflows. The first one is starting with a base layer. So first, you just want to evaluate your job title and your current job responsibilities starting when you were hired. So first, asking yourself, does it truly align with your actual day-to-day? What has changed since your last raise? And how are there any dynamics that have changed since that, considering work from home, back to the office, any new responsibilities, almost like a compare and contrast column. The second is just getting down to brass tacks and writing down everything that you do. So tracking it all means flagging all emails, communications, anything related to your job responsibilities. And start with committing to 1 week of just tracking everything that you do. Some good examples that we see is tracking it in your calendar, so time blocks, in an Excel sheet, a Google sheet, whatever's most comfortable for you, track it all right there. Then the third step would be looking at it from a quantitative versus qualitative lens. And this is where it's helpful to think about, where do you want to go? Because you can go to quantitatively tracking the amount of tasks, time spent on different categories, or you can track the nature of the work. So the different departments, projects, individuals that you serve, and all of that can be converted into some type of report to display not only all that you do in a list format, but how much time is being spent, or what additional things have been put on your plate since you started. And this is all with the intent of the end result of establishing performance summaries. So before you want to pursue a raise or a promotion, you're going to start sending weekly or monthly summaries of the work that you completed and be proactive in that. And using these summaries is a way to back up and emphasize that desire to move upward or to get a raise. Any of this can be applied to email labels, to moving tasks in another tool to a specific column, or time blocking on your calendar as well. Oh, the places you could go. So on my last note, in preparation for a formal performance review, I always like to share and encourage our customers to expand their thinking of where they could go. So now more than ever, there is a range of responsibilities that these roles cover, and anything from a chief of staff to people operations, HR, events, marketing are all roles possible for assistants and administrative professionals. And we have seen that directly with our customers. And so we want to encourage you all, if that is something you're interested in, having a incentive or an end goal for tracking your role is typically much more doable and practical when you know where you would like to go. So here's a short list of things that we encourage our users to have as they go into a performance review. So like we mentioned before, have a thorough and accurate list of all that you do. Typically, this in and of itself is impressive to upper management or executives because they genuinely have no idea how much you all do. Present how much you do and what you are doing that is above and beyond, so some highlights. Relate that work to the goals of the company and the executive team, and make sure to research market rate and inflation. All right, the next pillar of this presentation is focusing on centralization. So nowadays we have so many tools and so little time. And so we're going to focus on how you can use existing features and have your tools work for you. Like I mentioned down here, the average worker back in 2018, so we know it's more now, will send or receive 100 emails a day. So in a typical 8-hour workday, that's about 17 emails each hour, or 1 email every 4 minutes. So constant interruption. So we have broken this, vision of centralization into 4 different communication categories because of the relational nature of this role, the reactive nature of this role. A lot of things are coming in through other tools. And so we're just going to go through each one. So the first one is email, Gmail, and Outlook. What we see a lot of digital experts recommending as far as getting more productive with email is the goal should be getting to inbox 0. One of my favorite tips is kind of the 2-minute method. So if an email can be responded to in a minute or less, you should do it right then and there. If it can't, you should have a third entity place that you are putting those messages so that they're not clogging up your inbox. And so any email integration tools are incredibly helpful. I'm aware that Trello, maybe Asana also has a feature like that. So also categorizing those emails by labels or folders related to your metrics once they're completed is another tip that we like to give to our clients, and then archiving once it's completed. So the most you can declutter your inbox, the better. And also time blocking to actually go through your inbox so that it's not interrupting you throughout the day. So a typical flow that we see is 30 minutes in the morning, middle of the day, and end of the day. Outside of that, you are not checking your email. The second one is this new introduction of chat tools. So Slack and Teams are the 2 predominant chat platforms that we see in the workforce today. Oftentimes these roles are even the ones managing the chat tools. And so reminding everyone that digital productivity experts are saying each channel and chat should have a very specific and focused intention so that you're reducing the amount of context shifting. Threads should be utilized for ongoing conversations, and also there's always a friendly reminder of it is okay to turn off your notifications at times when you are not trying to be interrupted. But of course, the biggest encouragement is to find a tool that integrates with Slack or Teams. So now both Slack and Teams have app marketplaces that can integrate to a task management tool that you use. Going through conversations, getting pings throughout the day, you're not having to mark them as unread or set a reminder to check on them. And you're also preventing them from getting buried and forgotten. So once again, having a third party place that you can forward Slack or Teams messages to is really important for centralizing everything into one place. The third one is calendar. So we've kind of touched on this before, but using your calendar for more than just meetings and events, and using it to block out time to either get things done for yourself, get into a flow, or retroactively tracking how you spent your time in your calendar in the past week, for example. I really like creating color coding systems to inform your metrics and visually show what time was spent doing what or serving who. And tracking how your team is spending their time is also a very interesting metric that executive teams like to see from their assistants. So highly recommend kind of those different angles. I would recommend allocating time just for calendar management. So the same way that, 2 or 3 times throughout the day, you're blocking out time to go through your email, maybe 1 30-minute in the morning or 15-minute to go through your calendar, and perhaps finding a tool that allows you to block out time to get tasks done. Then there's mobile. So Mobile is really about integrating, I think, having a well-designed mobile app for on-the-go access, and then ideally also integrating with text or Siri. So, and in some ways, we do like to encourage our assistants to have good boundaries with mobile use for work. So, if need be, delete your work apps from your phone, have those, after hours protected. Um, but our text integration, for example, which allows you to text things to your to-do list, actually has more use outside of work hours and on the weekends because sometimes you just want a tool that is there whenever things pop into your head. And that's where our assistants really love that integration. So we know that you need access on the go typically in these roles, and we want to encourage you to find a tool that is accessible on mobile for the sake of getting it all into one place. So what we want to avoid is notes situation and several different emails, different chat tools, pen and paper. Try and commit to getting everything into one tool and then going out of your way to search for features that integrate with all the other communication tools that you use. Here are some additional resources that we've found from experts in this space. So plenty of tips on getting to inbox zero, how to organize your Outlook, how to stay on top of Slack, and best calendar management tips for assistants from Stack Nation as well. Also